My name is Jonathan Slatt. I'm a wildlife conservationist with almost 30 years of experience working in Northeast Asia and the Arctic. Most of that time has been in the temperate forests of southern Russian Far East, where I spent time working on projects with tigers and with bears. But I've also gone to the Russian Arctic and the Alaskan Arctic to work on migratory bird issues, projects that have taken me to China a few times as well. But my favorite topic is this bird here, the Blakiston's fish owl. This is a gorgeous bird, and I've spent nearly 20 years working with Russian colleagues to study this species. In 2005, I started a collaborative conservation project with these birds. But first, what is a Blakiston's fish owl? These are absolutely enormous birds. Females exceed 5 kilograms in size and have wingspans about 2 meters, and they stand about 3/4 of a meter high. That's about the size of an eagle. It's a non-migratory species, which means it lives in the same place year-round, and it's an endangered species, so it's protected by Russian law. The interesting thing about fish owls is, so these are territorial birds, they're monogamous, they're long-lived, but they duet. Only 4% of birds in the world are thought to duet, and most of those are in the tropics. And here fish owls do. So you see the male here on the left with a big bulge, his air sacs ready, and the female's on the right. And it's a 4-note call, a call and response, male, female, male, female. Now, the first time I heard this call in the wild, I was surprised by how subtle it is. There are a lot of vocalizations, a deer barking, a warbler singing. These are loud. These are sounds that are meant to break your attention and listen to it. For fish owls, it's more like it's part of the landscape. It's a very subtle sound that can be really easy to miss. Young birds, however, do what I call the begging call. It is loud, and it's meant to get parents' attention, so they bring food to the chick. So what we're working on now, we're assessing reintroductions of fish owls to some of the Russian Kuril Islands, places where they become locally extinct. And we're also starting conversations with Chinese colleagues to see if we can start looking for fish owls in Inner Mongolia and see if we find some and try to assess what their conservation needs might be. And I do want to underscore that this has been a collaborative project. I feel lucky to have found someone in Sergei who is just as passionate about sleeping in the cold and getting wet crossing rivers, doing what we needed to do to collect the data to protect fish owls. And I think it's a good example of saying that together as people, I think we can address conservation problems that transcend political borders. Thank you.